So this was a great start to my afternoon. Living in a country where you don't really know the language completely, or you're just like basing it off of like what other people are gesturing towards you. And I made a misinterpretation thinking that they wanted to take my picture because I had a whole rig set up. The reality is they needed my help, and I felt so bad I had to stop the filming and run over there and try my best to explain in my broken Hangul to them that I misunderstood. This is just like a daily occurrence in the life of just living in a different country. I guess this whole conversation then leads towards why I'm filming today, and today is about feeling uncomfortable. Feeling in the middle of this whole realm of discomfort kind of has been the theme of my life, especially since the time that we moved here in 2021, just surrounded by discomfort. It's this internal battle that I have that I'm constantly dealing with, being surrounded by people that I have a hard time communicating with because, of course, for myself, I'm still in the process of learning the language, but it doesn't stop me from appreciating the people and the environment around me. Around some time in the pandemic is when my wife and I started looking into what is purpose, what should we be doing to fulfill our needs that make us happy, all of those things that check off the list. I think that's kind of that feeling you get. You're like, wait, what is the point of life? Why are we doing all of this? And how can we help ourselves, help others, and have that feeling of satisfaction and gratitude and peace? As I sit here and I'm just observing my environment, being surrounded by people that are the same as well as different from me, it may feel for most people incredibly uncomfortable. And why is that important? Why is it important to feel uncomfortable? Well, we live now in societies where we are just pampered, and that's great. We have the internet to get all of our information. We have the ability to make it to a hospital and get all the healthcare that we possibly need. We can travel anywhere we want. The list just goes on, and there's just conveniences. There are now robots in restaurants that are helping us take our dirty plates or bringing our food to us. So in this realm of convenience, we end up feeling so pampered, so taken care of. And that's kind of how I felt when I was living in the United States, where, and I'm not saying it was because of all the robots, which that's nice too, but it's the fact that I got so comfortable in my situation. The thing is, like, you start to get into a routine once you start feeling incredibly comfortable. And that's what was happening for me. I knew what to expect from work. I knew what to expect when I came home. I was able to predict almost upwards of 10 plus years of what my life was going to be if I continued with this pattern. That was definitely where the path was leading. And again, that change of us moving to a different country allowed us to kind of break the pattern. Now, I talked about being uncomfortable here, but we've been here since 2021, and I still feel a sense of discomfort, but now I'm starting to find that routine. We're now again in this realm of like feeling comfortable again. Now, what does that mean? Do I have to move again to a different country? Do I need to reset myself to constantly keep that going? Well, I was listening to someone, I forget the podcast, but it had Amar from Yes Theory in it. And he was bringing up the fact that he was doing so many things that were so uncomfortable in his life to the point where he got so comfortable with the uncomfortable that the peace is what made him uncomfortable. The silence is what made him uncomfortable. I think we're meant to see the world. I think we're meant to have these challenging experiences so that we can grow. But it doesn't necessarily mean we have to constantly overtly put ourselves in those challenges. And like Amar was saying, the silence is what made it more of a challenge. So what I feel like became more of the solution for me, number one is journaling. Number two is meditating. And number three is taking care of my health. And all of those kind of make a trifecta of taking care of my mind, my body, and my soul. Meditating especially is with that silence alone, to be within your own thoughts. And even with your workouts, that could be it too. But I found that like those need to be separated. So even with the workout, it needs to be its own entity because I can be alone in my thoughts, but I'm still doing an action. And then, of course, with the journaling, you can finally write down all your thoughts down, or in this case, through vlogging. It could be paper, it could be through camera, it could be through Instagram, it could be just like in an old school diary. Either way. But I know that these are these tools that will help you deal with that discomfort, will help you deal with that feeling of monotony as well. So those two sides of the coin, you will always be able to unpack what you're feeling, your thoughts, what you've been keeping inside, and digging things that were deep, deep down inside that you didn't have an idea that were there. Journal it out. Find a time to meditate and be silent and be somewhere quiet. Find time to take care of your body, be it by eating healthy. Allow your body to feel alive, the movement that it's craving. For many people, the assumption is that you need to do something extreme, and that's not necessarily true. So find what works best for you. Find what will keep that peace within your life. But again, to me, what works? Journaling, meditating, taking care of your body. That's all I got, and hopefully that was helpful for you, and hopefully you have a wonderful day. Bye.